Well, folks, we are back. Welcome to another edition of the PrimeTime Gorehounds, episode 106. I am PrimeTime Jay Thomas. Over here in Davenport, I am with Gorehound himself, Paul Burt, watching the 1986 slasher film April Fool's Day on February 6th. 2025 at 5:06 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
We're live.
Yes, indeed. April Fool's Day. And Paul, where the hell are you?
Oh, yeah, about that. Not to get loud, but I'll tell you what's going on, guys. There's a reason why my camera is facing the wall, because as you guys know, in 16 days, I'm off to the Venice Carnival, right? And you know, on the last two episodes, I had my previous carnival costumes, yeah? Well, I got a whole new one I'm wearing right now, folks, and this will be James's first time seeing it. You ready to see this?
Go ahead. All
right, give me a second. Oop, there goes that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Off to a great start, Paul. Give Paul a second. Give Paul a second. Give him a second, folks. There he is. That's a badass costume. I dig it. You look cool. Rocking the sneakers. The gold reminds me of gold dust. I dig it, Paul. I don't think Paul can hear me. Yeah, but chat, how you feel about Paul's new costume? Thumbs up. Give that man a thumbs up, man. It's a cool looking costume.
Thanks.
For sure. How long did it take you to get that done again?
We started work on this one back in last April, believe it or not. The fabrics I had to get bits and pieces of. The main coat of this fabric I got from a carnival friend in France, and same with the waistcoat. So I had to get that from France, and then I had to get some of the fabrics together. So you got these gloves here, gold ones, which had to go to a drugstore to get those, but we added some rhinestones on this to give it that like moon and sun effect, as you can see. So you got that. As far as the rest of the costume goes, we got, like I said, we got the waistcoat here. We have the black gold with black shimmer trousers right here, as you can see. Then we got now I was going to get socks, but I tried to find socks with the same glitter effect, but I had to go and think outside the box, so we ended up getting some fucking tights for these, but it gives the effect that I want. And then, of course, you got shoes here, gold ones from Venice, along with some little extra I added to it. So that's going to be my costume, guys, for this year's Venice Carnival. And, of course, you got the red one as well. So there's that as well. So this one took about a year to finish. There's lights on this one, too. The switches are inside the pouch parts of the pockets of this main coat, and there's one on the hat as well. So that's kind of how there's a mask as well as there's two different versions of this mask. We've got this one here, which a friend got me, and there's another one that's being made, which is kind of more specific for this costume in general. So I get a little bit of the best of two versions of that mask there. And of course, I'll be taking the red one, which I took to Ludwigsburg. That's going to be making an appearance in Venice, but this will be this costume's first time having that kind of outing, so should be fun. And I think my foot caught the microphone when I was trying to show it off. That's why I heard him go, and I thought, uh-oh, there goes the mic. But yeah, my foot caught that.
You're off to a good start, Paul.
Sorry, man. It's hard to keep your vision when you got this kind of mask on, because you only got like this much vision with your eye holes. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Believe me.
Yeah. Yeah, so it takes a while. It's taken a while for me to get my bearings on this, but I'm still trying to, get the feel of this costume. But so far, I think it's going to catch a few eyes, no doubt about it.
Well, cool to hear. Cool to hear, Paul. I'm glad to see that you're excited about how the costume turned out. Fascinating. But as for this edition of the Gorehound Show, we're watching April Fool's Day. Now, Paul, if I remember correctly, you said that this is your first time watching this film.
Yeah, that's right. This is my first time seeing this movie because the story behind it is that I was looking for some slasher movies, and my friend at the time, I was saying, "Hey, I just came across this movie called April Fool's Day. Is it worth watching?" He's like, "Don't bother with it, dude. The movie's shit." I was like, "Well, what do you mean it's shit?" He's like saying, "Well, it's basically like the
Don't
whole thing."
spoil it. If he told you the spoiler, don't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil nothing, but I just stopped myself. But he's just like, "Oh, it's shit. Don't bother with it," and I'm just like, "Well, I don't know. Maybe." So I kind of went off the idea of watching it, and then I saw another movie couple years back, some film called Follow Me, I think it was called, and the premise was kind of similar, but more of a horror side to it. So I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe I should try and see if I could check this movie out. The problem is though, getting this movie is a bastard to find on DVD or Blu-ray. So I had to find this on Amazon, and I got it for about $4 to rent. So that's the only way I'm able to watch this one right now.
Now, so wait, so did the guy spoil the movie for you?
All he said to me was, he just went, "Oh, don't bother, dude. The movie's crap." Everybody's like, he's like saying, "I watched it and I didn't like how it turned out." Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, well,
Okay, good. So he didn't tell you. Okay, good. But interesting. For me, the first time I watched this film was about over 20 years ago. Of course, here in America, we have this channel called AMC. And on Friday nights, they just have this thing called Fear Fridays, where
right,
around 10, 11 o'clock at night, they would air old school horror films. Sometimes, of course, the go-tos was Halloween, but they'll throw some Rick Wolf in London in there from like 10 o'clock to at least 1 a.m. Right,
uh-huh.
and it had April Fool's Day. Now, Paul, can you guess what drew me to April Fool's Day?
Oh, let me take a guess. A certain lady called Amy Steele.
In the words of Heisenberg, you're goddamn right. Amy Steele, what drew me in, of course, if you guys watched our Friday 13 Part 2 review, commentary, I love me some Amy Steele. And so that's what drew me in, but I was a big fan. I really enjoyed this film. I appreciate the risk that it took. There is a risk that this movie takes, and how
Okay.
you perceive it, Paul, is going to be completely up to you. But I think that's why some horror fans don't like the film, because of the certain risk that it took. But I say this is one of the more underrated slasher films of the slasher era. I really remember really enjoying the cast in this film. I remember really enjoying, Amy Steele for obvious reasons, and
Of
it's a
course.
good. I always thought this is a good, fun horror film, and I think Paul, I think you will enjoy this too. Uh,
Hope so.
so so yeah. So, all right, I'm about well, wait, let me catch up to Paul real quick. About 7 seconds in, right where we got the old school Paramount logo, Paramount, a Gulf Plus Western company. And of
Yep.
course, you watch alongside with us. You can ask questions, or give your thoughts on the movie in the chat, and Paul will try our best to answer. And being that, Paul, you haven't seen the film, and I haven't seen the film in almost 20 years. For one night only, no consequences if you don't press play. But
Yeah,
press
pretty
play.
much.
Yeah, but still, press play. Um, So yeah, Paul, are you ready to watch this?
Yeah, I'm finally gonna get a chance to see this movie after all this time. So let's do it.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, play.
And we are in. The Paramount logo just went blue on me.
Paramount Pictures presents. This is the beginning.
A hometown films production.
Hi, my name is Mary.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so there's a news report, it looks like here.
Somewhere out there.
Sure. Okay.
Was this found footage before found footage? Dun, dun,
Join us over there
dun.
for the weekend. We're waiting for the ferry now to take us there. And
So she's talking a bit about herself.
I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, it definitely seems like a video interview or news report kind of thing, like a pre-production and the whole thing here. I'm just seeing who's in the chat box. What's up, T85? And what's up, Philip?
Oh, and I started and I thought the first day. April.
Wow. That's a way to start the movie. And there she is. Ooh, there she is.
Amy Steele.
Oh, good old Amy Steele, still looking good. And there's Biff Tannen.
Oh shit! I just realized it is. Yeah. Butthead.
Oh, hi, Biff.
You may not realize this also, but I think Thomas Wilson also voiced a few characters on a few episodes of SpongeBob. I remember recognizing one of his voices. I think he was playing that Strangler character. I was listening to the voice. I thought, hang on, that sounds familiar. Oh, that's the guy that played Biff.
Yep.
I'm just seeing if there's any trivia that I can find out about this movie. I'm just looking on IMDb for this one, folks. So yeah, producer Frank Mancuso Jr. acted in various producing capabilities for the 4 Friday the 13th films, and he was involved in producing this one. And it says here, there's another one here. This is actually one of the films from 1986 that takes place on April Fool's. The other movies being Killer Party and Slaughterhouse High, which T85 mentioned. No, Philip mentioned that on here. He's saying that Slaughter High has a similar theme to this movie. Okay, I'll have to check that one out as well. Oh.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Jack in the Box. God, I remember those things when I was a kid.
I remember watching this April Fool's Day. I remember, thinking, Amy Steele was hot, but I remember thinking that the brunette chick was hot too when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, definitely. She looks good too. Jay Baker, Deborah Foreman. Deborah Goodrich.
If I had to pick between Amy Steele or Nev Campbell, I probably would pick Nev. I mean, that's hard to pass up there, man. Amy Steele, though, she ain't no slouch, bro.
Oh no, definitely not. I mean, like both those ladies are smoking ass hot. So
yes, indeed. Yes, God took his time when he created Nev Campbell. Good old Canadian girl, Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Yep, Thomas Wilson. Yep, that's Biff Tannen.
Yep, it's definitely him. Music by Charles Bernstein. Who's the guy that directed this movie? Fred Wilson's the guy that directed this film.
Fred Wilson.
Yeah, after this movie, he did the Rosary murders, and then that was it. He just disappeared. Literally disappeared after, I'm guessing because of the fucking slap he ended up getting with this movie.
Interesting.
That's a nice Jack in the Box. I like that. Not every day you see a fucking demon popping out of it.
Nah, April Fool's Day.
Yep. I was like, where's this filmed?
Looks like I want to say Canada, Vancouver, Canada.
Yeah, I want to check out the locations. Hang on. Yeah, this movie was done in Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, and Seattle, and then they did some stuff in Vancouver Islands and then Victoria, British Columbia. And the filming took place over a period of 6 weeks.
God, look at these cars. I mean, what? It's 86.
1986.
Well, it does make sense in 86 that cars will still look like that.
Yeah. There's old Porsches back there, too.
It's crazy to think that cars used to look like. It's weird.
Remember how telephones used to look back in the 80s? They had all these like gimmick telephones, like one with cat's eyes on it.
Yeah.
I remember those. They were pretty cool back then. You know,
so this must have been the movie you must have did after Back to the Future, because Back to the Future was 85. So it must have been in between both films. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Wait, no, because two was in 89.
Yeah, because he was in Back to the Future 2, and he was in the third one as well.
Yeah, but 2 was in 89, so he must have just finished filming Back to the Future to do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna check his credits, see what he's doing.
He's a stand-up comedian. I know he's a stand-up comedian. I know that much.
Yeah, he did Back to the Future, and then he jumped straight into this one, and then he did something afterwards called Let's Get Harry.
Yeah, Back to the Future didn't come like 4 years later.
Yeah. Well, nobody was expecting that movie to be such a hit, and that's why they ended up making a sequel, basically 2 films back to back in one.
Okay, a movie that has Spielberg involved in it, not going to be a hit. Come on, bro.
And also, like, when I watched Back to the Future 2, I remember when I was watching it when I was a kid, and I thought to myself, man, 2015, we're going to have shit like that? Okay, cool. Then here comes 2015. We have Skype calls. We have some pretty high tech. But here's a question. Where the fuck is the flying cars, and where the fuck is the hoverboards?
Thank God we don't have those. So many freaking idiots will be on those things now.
Oh, Jesus, you can imagine how that would be.
Sure am. We sit together in Econ 340.
Yeah, T85 was right. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, second one in 89, and then they did the third one in 90. Because I think if I remember right, the film director was going back and forth between Back to the Future. I think it was either Back to the Future 3 and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I love how you pretty much have every stereotype in this film.
Oh yeah, like the wannabe filmmaker with the camera, your everyday person there with the luggage cases. You got the jock type dude, you got the hot looking chick, you got the nerdy type. They're all in this.
To protect her family, I guess.
Use your weapons, big guy.
Then you got the badass pretending to be a badass with his knife. No, knowing me, if this was me, if I was around that time during the 80s, I was old enough. Knowing me, I'd probably be the nerd with the camera. Yeah, ironic. I'm trying to break into acting as well, and I'm doing photography. The irony. I'm pretty sure that's the same lake that was in Friday the 13th Day.
This is after Friday the 13th with Amy Steele. This is right around that. This is right around the time when he denied to do part 3, and we all know in hindsight she kind of regrets that. You know, she wishes she didn't. She would have stayed in the franchise. No, 3 was 82, so this was 4 years later. But
yeah, pretty much.
It didn't really pan out, but it just makes you wonder, had she had just stuck with it, where that franchise would have gone. It would have gone in a totally, completely different direction if Amy still decided to stay in the franchise. She would have been the Jason. She would have been Jason's Laurie.
Yeah, she would have been the only. Well, with the exception of the one from the first movie, she would have been the only other person to have come back.
Yeah, Friday the 13th movies at this point, 1986 was. I just wonder what kind of series Friday the 13th would have been if she had stayed. If they had allowed the series to have a level of consistency in terms of something that the audience, some characters, because Jason was really the star, right? He was the one, not that Michael's not the star either, but some. Whoa, there we go.
Whoa, okay. All right. I know they put a censor block on it, but I know what was there.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you lost your train. You were saying about what it would have been like if Amy Steele's character would have stayed. I don't think.
Yes. But I know, but they really wanted Amy Steele to stay, and I understand it was a different time. You're young in your career. You're going to try something else. So, unfortunately, it didn't take off for her, but I always wondered that, like, if Amy Steele stayed, would there be a hockey mask? Like, because as far as Amy Steele's concerned, Jason is the one in the sack. So, like, would there be a hockey mask if Amy Steele stayed? Like, a lot of things would have changed.
Yeah, I don't think you would have had the hockey mask. I don't think you would have had Tommy Jarvis either if she stayed. There's a lot of possibilities on what ifs that could have happened. I was just seeing that T85 said, yeah, Friday the 13th Part 6 came out the same year this one did. That is true.
That's a switchblade. I think those are illegal now.
Yeah, you can't have those no more. We have an issue with knives over here in the UK, so you get caught with carrying one of those, your ass is in jail. Interestingly enough, this movie came out on March 27th, and Friday the 13th 6 came out in August of the same year. Oh. Okay, that didn't quite go as planned. Biff?
I don't think he's really dead.
Well, he got stabbed pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's April Fool's, yeah.
Jackass. You could guess what I'd be thinking if I got dupes like that.
Tom Wilson flexes his muscles.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have been like, dude, you son of a bitch. And there goes me thinking you died.
Okay, Buck, come on out of there. Come on, I'm going to need some help up here.
Well, I'll just do it from here.
It's crazy to think when I watched this movie, I was only like 10 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I was when this movie came out. I was about 2-3 years old when this came out.
But it's just sad when you think about it. Time doesn't stop, bro. Like look at everybody here. They're all young and vibrant. Now we're all old and ugly. No, I'm just, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get the idea. I'm still surprised I still have my looks at my age. Thank God I still look a little bit young, but I'm old. The cops. Dude, what are you doing anyway? You got a boat coming up toward... Oh, forget it, never mind. Well, there goes that guy. You're not surviving that.
Woo!
Juicy. That's pretty damn juicy. I'll give it that. His eyes hanging out and everything. He's gonna Well, I don't know if he'll be able to see out of that eye for a long time or anytime soon, for that matter. But he's gonna have a nice little scar there. And I don't think that was an April Fool's prank either.
That would really. Oh man, it didn't kill him, but I'm sure that's gonna fuck his day up.
That's gonna traumatize him for life.
Tricks, pranks. That's the pranks. You'll gather around.
No, isn't set in place. Why?
Man,
From him or anyone else?
No.
well, so far this is getting off to a good start. I'm enjoying it so far.
Get back to shore.
We keep all the keys on board in the kitchen.
See what's going on in the
There's
chat
an extra
here.
one underneath the cushion there.
So T85 says here that Tom Wilson does have a YouTube channel.
Look.
Oh, that's cool. And like you were saying, yeah, he does do some stand-up comedian stuff.
Anything else happen?
And he's 65 right now. His birthday is coming up in April 15th. But yeah, his YouTube channel is called, according to his Wikipedia here, it says Tom Wilson USA.
Sure. Did you see his face?
I'm just looking at some trivia here.
Nothing bad.
I'm trying to avoid trivias that spoils it, so I'm just looking at certain like production trivias or something like that.
There's an awful lot to be done with this place.
Sounds like Joe.
I will. If all goes well. Next month, when I turn 21.
They're going over to the island.
First day.
Island.
Just a second.
The islands. I mean, like,
Maybe talk
don't people realize when you go to an island that's all to yourself, most of the times it never works out. And if shit goes south, it's gonna go south, and you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Ask Epstein. Oh, I'm sorry.
All we can do, I still
Can we say-
the last.
Can we say that? Can we say that name? Can we? Oh, I'm not sure anymore.
Well, we know he was a piece of shit, but we'll leave it at that. Nice dining room. I don't know why, but I'm getting like Resident Evil vibes with this place.
Resident Evil vibes, eh? Resident Evil.
Oh yeah. Can you believe that series is now going to be 30 years old?
So I told you once again, time goes by.
God, I remember when the very first one came out, and it was one of the biggest reasons why I ended up getting a PlayStation in the first place. And I was like 12 back then. I was just like, holy shit, this was a damn good game. The only gripe I have with it, dude, that voice acting was just, ugh. It was atrocious. It was
Hot
just
dogs
atrocious.
and beans.
Oh, hot dogs and beans. You know, it's funny. I actually had a hot dog earlier today with a bacon back. Nice combination.
And heartbeat. And be painful and very not too hot. I really can. Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, look, newspapers. Before we had mobile phones and news links, folks.
What about you, Nikki?
See what's going on?
A&D, painful and
Look at that 80s microwave.
Oh, jeez, I remember those.
Anyway, the one thing I have.
I remember those.
But an intense.
Yeah,
What? Paul, let me ask you, Paul. What if time travel was real, and you could
Yeah.
go back in time, knowing you could come back to the future without any issues,
The S and
Uh-huh.
D group says E.
what? I mean, no, now I'd probably stay, but what? If you only go back for one day,
Mm-hmm.
go back for one day.
Mario,
Right.
What decade would you choose?
I want to go to convent school.
Oh, that's a tough one because I was
Or
born in the
what
80s.
time of your life?
Well, let me just wait up. I was born in the 80s, and yes, we did have some good stuff growing up in the 90s. But if I had my chance to go back in time for a decade, for 24 hours, I'm probably gonna say probably the 80s, and the reason being is because I would have had a chance to see a lot of the metal bands I grew up listening to, the ones that are still around today. I would have seen them in their heyday, and I would have had a chance to see all those legendary gigs and be around when all those legendary albums came out. And then, of course, a chance to see these movies that I didn't get the chance to see in the cinema because I was too damn young to see them back then. So for me, it'd be the 80s.
Interesting.
What
Wow.
about you?
Maybe I would say the 90s for me.
I know why, because you grew up in the
I would
90s.
pick,
So
if not the 90s, then definitely the 80s. It's such a fun decade.
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hold you up on that. Like I said, I grew up in the 90s, and we had some really good stuff back then. You know,
Of
we
course, of
had
course.
we had all these like really cool blockbuster type movies dropping at that time. We had MTV when it was worth watching back then, and they had metal and rock on there, and of course Beavis and Butthead. Can't argue that. The early days of South Park, and then of course
Yep. Yep.
if you're gonna go in wrestling territory, then you're gonna be looking at the likes of like the Attitude Era of WWE or WCW with the whole NWO thing. And a
Yep.
lot of that I saw growing up, dude. I saw a lot of
Oh,
that growing up.
oh yeah, it was great. It was great.
Definite. And it was such a different time back then. And also, if there was one, I know it sounds crazy because of the chaos that ensued on it, but if I had a chance to go to a music festival during the 90s, I would have said Woodstock 99. Despite the chaos that happened towards the end, it looked like a fun fucking weekend with some of the bands that play there, like Korn and Limp Bizkit. As soon as Limp Bizkit started playing break stuff, that was it. The place just went batshit.
Angel's dating the Kevin Bacon wannabe over there.
Oh yeah.
How are we gonna feel after
He's gonna have some Kevin Bacon's bacon.
Ooh. Can't go wrong with a bacon back, and I mean actual bacon, not that kind of bacon. Okay, guys, chill. Whoopee cushions, yeah, I've fallen for some of that. Fucking over that chair. You ever had a whoopee cushion prank on you before?
I have, and I punched the guy that did it to me too.
Oh, damn, that's a bit rough. Well, yeah, it happened to me one time when I was in school. I just came out of the toilet. I had a bad reaction to one of the foods I ate. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna sit down. And the moment it happened, it was, and I'm just like, oh shit, not again. And then I realized I got pranked, and I was just like, you son of a bitch, you. Like, what are you trying to do to me? You know I'm already fucked up with what happened earlier. Come on.
I'm sure he's getting the best friend he can, right?
This kind of feels like a whodunit the way this vibe is. I'm getting Cluedo vibes now with this.
So Jenny is dating Kevin Bacon. I guess that's appropriate in the film. It's not actually Kevin Bacon, folks. It's a guy that just looks just like him.
He looks a little like him, but it's not the same guy, guys. Take it easy.
Good choice, huh?
This is incredible. Here we are, privileged.
Yeah, T85 here is saying that, if Amy Steele not returning to the Friday the 13th franchise is one of the biggest what ifs in movie history. Yeah, you're right. We were talking about it earlier. Like, if she was still there, who knows what would have changed?
I think a lot would have changed. I think the franchise would have gone in a completely different direction.
Yeah, you never know. That Friday the 13th could have ended up going in Halloween territory in some aspects. You never know.
It already did.
Oh yeah, you're right. It did. Yeah. But if she was involved in it, like, who knows how they would have handled it at that time? So that's why I'm anxious to see how this Crystal Lake TV show is going to turn out, because it's been 16 years, man, since we even seen Jason. Everybody else has had their comeback.
Smells like Ripple.
You have outdone yourself again, St. John. Can I make a toast?
April Fools, huh?
Well, someone once said to me to cherish the friends you make.
Interesting dinner table scene.
I try to
Share a shoulder for a second.
Because
Like I said, guys, I would talk a little more about this movie, but this is literally my first time, so I'm just trying to.
Oh yes, yeah, that's how I'm just wait on your reactions.
I'm very glad.
So far, I'm processing everything. I am trying to figure out who's gonna get it, who the killer is. I'm just like I'm on alert right now, folks. I've got my scream head on right now. And yeah, we got a lot of Scream news to talk about later on.
In his life with Johnson, James Boswell said, "We cannot predict the precise moment when friendships are formed. As in filling a vessel."
Let's see what else we got going on here. I'm just seeing if I'm just gonna see what without looking at spoilers. Let's see what the critics have been saying about this. Okay, so apparently, when this movie came out initially, right, it's received various polarizing responses from people. This is for people that's not seen this yet. The responses from critics. So
Be
some of them,
careful. Be careful reading that.
some of the fans hated it. I'm not going to go into detail why. And others, some people praised it and some people lambasted it. Oh, okay, fair enough. Now, interestingly enough, it says here there was put my teeth back in. There was a direct-to-video remake of this that came out I didn't even know there was even a remake of this. Got the business executive-looking dude here, smoking looks like a fake Cuban stogie. That ain't no Cuban. I'm just see that Chaz is in here. Yeah, you're right about that, Chaz. Art the Clown has been filling a lot of the slasher movie voids. I mean, we watched Terrifier 3 and yeah, he's basically picking up where they've left off, basically.
Yeah, you can make that case for sure.
I mean, like, no, we've been saying this countless times. Nobody expected that franchise to explode the way this thing has. And we know the fourth one's coming. And I did read a little bit of the script that came out when On Blood Disgusting. Apparently, we're going to be deep diving into Art's origin, and Damien has said that this is it. There's going to be a conclusion to this. But that's not till next year, folks.
Fascinating.
This dude thinks he's hot shit right now with that. That looks like one of the hotel rooms I was at when I was in Germany. Looks a little like that. I think it reminds me of the one that was in Schwerin. Oh, T85. Yeah, Terrifier 3, sadistic. No shit, dude. You saw James's reaction with for anyone who's never saw it, a certain scene in a shower. I'm just going to say no more than that.
Back then, guys would joke like that in the '80s, and no one would say pause or hey yo, and then also they're drunk too.
Oh, it's obvious. 6 die in a fall. Okay, that's a bit off having that newspaper clipping in a hotel. Okay, never mind. That seems like a warning sign to me. And more of it. Right, if I saw that in my room, I'm like, okay, I'm packing my bags. I'm out. See you later.
Are you scared? Is that easy, huh, Paul?
Dude, I've watched enough horror movies. When I see shit like that, I'm not fucking around. I'm not willing to get my face stabbed. You kidding me?
Oh, God.
Dude, I've watched enough horror movies to know. Exploded cigars. Yeah, that's happened to me once too.
I like some of these jokes though. The cigar blowing up and It
Yeah,
it fits the tone of the movie.
Yeah, and I think
It's
that's
kind of
why.
like a spoof. It's like a spoof horror movie. Not really a
Yeah, I think
spoof, but it's a whodunit. It's a spoof kind of whodunit, you know. But at the end, well, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah.
Oh, hello. We got a bit of bondage chains going on here. And now
Oh
yeah,
god, the big
doorknob.
porn boxes. I remember seeing those in the video stores back in the day.
Yeah. And then you got the portrait doing the weird looking. That's those clock things, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of them. I remember seeing those clocks back in the day. I remember those. Pretty cool how they did that, though.
Yeah, the good old porn boxes and the good old porn magazines, boy. Ooh, those were the
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, man. Playboy magazine, Hustler, and all that stuff. What the hell is going on in there? So far, this movie has been with the pranks. It's keeping people disarmed, keeping them on their toes. I mean, we saw something horrific earlier, yeah, when that guy's half his face getting carved. But now we're playing. It's playing subtle stuff on us right now. Of course, the tape recorder with okay. The old cassette players.
Mm. The cassette. I love cassettes. I wish I had
can't
all my
believe
old cassettes when I used to record myself. I used to record myself on it too. Oh, look at that.
Hello, hell.
Oh, she almost took him off, too. She almost took him off. Damn it.
It was almost there. We almost had a
It actually
showtime.
looked like she was going to, then she stopped.
I would have been like, why are you stopping? Okay, so these characters have a bit of a
Man. Yeah, but I wonder if that was a force of habit because it legit looked like she was about to take him off, but then she stopped herself. Like, if you make that a GIF where you goes back and forth or rolls over, it looks like that, folks.
Yeah,
If
it
I ever
does
met
too.
her, I would ask her that question.
Yeah, why'd you hesitate?
She probably doesn't even remember, honestly.
She probably wouldn't know.
Now, look at those
Really?
tiny whiteys. Look at those tiny whiteys. I love how
Unbelievable.
things begin so innocently, like these cute little practical jokes where you turn off the light and another one turns on. They don't seem like it would lead to anything nefarious. It just feels like funny things.
It's
Amy
like it's
Still's
leading.
laughing. It's like, all right. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly, and of course shit gets real. So
Yeah, it's like I said, it's this movie is trying to disarm you
why are
and
you
then
doing
catch
that?
you
This is
up.
thing called a plug. Why are you doing that? What the hell, bro?
You pull the cable out. You don't have to burn your fingers on the hot light bulb. What's wrong with you?
The lights coming through the lights.
Poltergeist.
Man, I'll be handling my business, bro. Man, fuck that light, bro. I'll be like, got Amy still pressed against my body, bro. Shit.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good night for me. There's that damn clock again. There's Biff. I'm sorry, I'm always going to refer to him as Biff. I think it's because that's what.
I get it. Yeah.
Or when he was playing that like Strangler character on SpongeBob. That's the only other thing I remember him outside of Back to the Future.
He was the Tattletale Strangler. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that bit when SpongeBob pissed him off so much. He's like, "He's not the Strangler. He's not. I am." He just loses it. And I think he was also that other character, that one that was the one that wanted to kick the shit out of SpongeBob, but then realize, hey, there's nothing to worry about. But yeah, the Tattletale Strangler, and I think he was also, if I remember correctly, he was that one that was on the movie version. He was the one that got his lights punched out by that bounty hunter
What
that was
the
after him.
fuck?
The fucking hell?
What kind of position?
The hell?
What kind of position was that? What position was that? I don't even know what that position that was. Oh my god! Oh, here he goes. That's Biff Tannen, folks. He keeps falling like he.
That looks like that.
I'm trying to figure out what position that is, though. Like,
Well, it's not the centipede position, but it looked like the fucking. I don't know what that. I don't know.
That looks so complicated.
God, why does that look like the stairs from Friday the 13th 2, the wheelchair guy? Did you catch that?
Why do I get the feeling that he for real accidentally slipped there? Maybe not, but it looked like he accidentally slipped legit.
Yeah, he did. I actually read into it. He did like legit slip on that one.
Is that weed?
Yeah, it's weed.
Oh.
He just found a whole batch of them, dude.
That did. Maybe it's poison ivy or something.
Poison ivy. I don't think it's the one from Batman, but yeah. Well, he's off somewhere to go smoke that shit.
He's out to do something. I've never seen anybody who does that with weed before, but
well, I don't think you're gonna get the effects by just sniffing the leaves. You're gonna have to kind of grind it up and then put it in a bong thing so you can get some puff out of it.
Or just set it on fire.
Yeah, there's that too. I don't think you get the same effect though. Or maybe you do, and I'm wrong. Yes, T85, that is true. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 came out the same year this one did as well, yeah. I actually have it on Blu-ray over there behind me too. The fuck was that? Was that a cat?
That was a cat.
You ever had your cat do that to you once? I know mine did.
Never. My cat never did that to me. My cat's a scaredy cat. She's kind of a pussy.
Oh, my cat Ruth. Oh, what the fuck? Something grabbed him. That's him gone. Thanks for coming.
Oh, that was our first kill.
Yeah. And it's the next day, and they're going to be like, man, where did that guy go? Meanwhile, oh, yeah, you got to be careful with those things. I saw one guy using one of those back in the day, and he tried to hold it down with one hand, and it backfired, hit him straight in the teeth.
Morning.
Morning. But so far so good with this movie.
Good morning.
And for those who just tuned in, yes, we're watching. Why did my camera turn off? For those who just watching, yeah, we're watching April Fool's Day, and do not adjust your set, folks. Yes, I'm wearing my Venice Carnival here costume. This will be the third time I've done this.
Skip. That depends what he's on.
And this is my first time seeing this movie, folks.
Is Biff wearing boxer shorts with shorts? Is he wearing? He's wearing boxer shorts with shorts over his boxer shorts.
Why are you?
That's the 80s for you, bro. That was the 80s for you.
Yeah, no socks, man.
Boxer shorts with short over his boxer shorts. All right, guys, just kick the soccer ball around. We'll just film you guys. Just kick the soccer. Just have fun. Oh, we're hitting each other. We're having fun. We're socializing. We're cute. We're friends. It looks like we've been friends for a while. You know, this is like the calm for the storm.
Biff wearing those boxes.
This girl sees something. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she saw something. Yeah, there's something over there.
Did you how'd you feel about the Royal Rumble this past Saturday?
Oh yeah, I watched that on Netflix while I was editing my photos for Discharge. That was actually there were some matches on there that I did like. As far as the Royal Rumble outcomes go, I was hoping CM Punk to win that one, but that didn't happen. I'm quite surprised that Jey Uso won. That to me was probably the biggest shocker I've seen in the Royal Rumble in a long time. My favorite match, I'm gonna have to go with Cody versus Kevin Owens. That was a pretty good match. He folded him up on that fucking ladder, dude. I just thought to myself, "Oh man, that dude's dead." See the way he landed and folded up. I'm just like, if he still walks from that, I'm gonna be amazed. Well, luckily he did.
Yeah.
So
we're at the scene where Amy Steele is Amy Steele and trying to kiss Kevin Bacon over here, and Amy Steele looking good in this movie, real good.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. She's still looking awesome in this.
How old is she now? She's got to be in her early 60s now, right?
Let me check. I think she might be. Yeah, you might be right about that. Let's have a look here. Right, Amy Steele is now 64. She's been on and off with the acting side of things. She did some acting from 1980 to 2004.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah! You know, she's how aggressive she is too. There you go.
Oh, she's going for it, dude.
You see how aggressive she was? Yeah. Hey. Sometimes I don't mind a girl that that's like, come here.
Yeah, straight down to business. Go for it.
Shit's sexy as hell.
No kidding. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Well, there's that guy that was smoking weed last night. Now he's just a fucking. He floats down there. Yes, folks, I did a bit of a Pennywise reference there.
How was it?
Definitely curious to checking out that TV show that's coming out as well.
God damn it! Can't you just give me a straight answer?
We just saw him down at the boathouse. He was drifting behind a boat. He wasn't moving.
Oh, she's 64. She's
Yep.
gotta be like in her mid 20s here.
Yeah, at least because this movie is it's going to be 40 years old next year.
Jesus Christ! Well, we'll look for him. I'll go with you.
So yeah, she'd have been 24 at this point.
Judy!
Yeah. I got it a little bit in Friday the 13th part 2 until I ended up.
Yeah, if she's 64, if she's 64, that means she's probably a gilf.
Probably, yeah.
If she's not a milf, like she'd be a gilf. That's gilf age, 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Never skip one of them's got to be running somewhere and split out. Yeah, that's not.
Or jilf, depends how you say it.
It's one of the two, I think. It's one of the two.
It's gilf, and if she's a great mother, she's a good gilf. And if her kids had kids, have had kids, that'll make her a bigger gilf.
Yep.
It'll just keep going.
Exactly. I'm just reading some more trivia. It says here this movie is actually one of two mid-'80s movies about a murder in the house. The only other film that did it was a board game spoof called Clue. Yeah, I remember Clue. It was like a movie version of Cluedo. I think Tim Curry was in that one, right?
What are you talking about? 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 What are you talking about
just got there.
Oh, check this out. Lena Quigley was originally going to be casted in this movie, but
Look at this dude with his polo shirt and his puppy pants.
I wouldn't be seen dead wearing those type of shirts, man. You imagine me wearing a polo shirt? That wouldn't work. But then again,
It's like those guys in it's like those guys in trading places that hung out with Dan Aykroyd.
yeah, pretty much. But like I said, like I wouldn't be seen anywhere wearing a polo shirt. But then somebody's probably looking at me right now thinking, well, you can talk with what you're wearing right now, but that's different.
Such a good movie. Trading Places is fucking great. Which, by the way, right after this show, going to be doing a review with Quez and potentially Mark.
Yeah. Hang on a second. My microphone decided to be a dick. I'm going to sort that out a second. It's saying it's not recognized. I'm like, really? Okay. So I got my laptop microphone going. Everything's going against me today. Like, what is going on here? Hang on a second, people. Try that again.
It's crazy because like you do like Trading Places nowadays, the I'm offended crowd will be all over that movie.
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, man, what are you doing? I'm offended.
Every time I see that movie, I think of Randy and Scream. I told Trading Places 83. She didn't go legit till she showed the tits. Look at this thing.
Yeah. What is going on with this microphone, dude? Hang on. For some reason, it's my laptop decided to turn around and say, it don't recognize my microphone. I can still speak to you, but I'm using like the crappy laptop microphone right now. So I'm trying to see if I can get this going. What is going on with my tech issues today, people? Hang on. What is going on here? You're messing me about, aren't you? Yep, it's messing me about. That's weird. It was working fine just now. You can still hear me, yeah?
I can still hear you. Yep.
Yeah, well, for some reason, like I said, my laptop decides to be a dick and turn around and say, nope, I don't recognize your microphone, even though I was using it, as you know, when we were doing this. So that's why I sound a little bit different, folks.
Well, so see what happens. We'll see what happens when you kick your microphone at the start of the show.
Yeah, my microphone was working fine at the start of the show, as you heard, but then just now it just decided, my laptop just said, hey, I don't recognize your microphone. And I'm like, really? Okay, whatever. I'll still keep trying, but I'm still talking while we're here, folks. Don't know why it's doing that. I might have to swap these cables around a second. I'm just going to cut my camera feed a second, folks. I'm still here.
And Paul's gone. And Paul is gone, folks. He'll probably be back in a second, though. Having technical difficulties. We're watching April Fool's Day. April from 1986. Good film. Really good film. You could totally remake this movie. I would definitely... I would push the gore a little bit harder. And I don't know if I would do the... Oh, I'm not going to spoil it, but... I think what a remake should do is a remake. I think there was one in back 2007 or something like that, but do it as a whodunit, but don't. I can't say it because Paul doesn't know, so. But I would like to see a remake of this. Blumhouse will do it. Watch. They're doing everything else.
Stupid trick.
And Blumhouse, like Netflix, the more you put out content, the more it's gonna stick. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that Blumhouse has done that's been really good, and some that's been dog shit. But that's natural. When you produce as much content as they do, you just throw everything, including the kitchen sink, at the wall. You're gonna get a lot of shit. Netflix business model is essentially, let's spend billions of dollars making as much content as we can, and just hoping that we end up with 5 really good titles. You know what I mean? Are you good, Paul?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. This is the first time I've had this shit happen to me. Not my day, I don't think. But I'm here. What I miss?
Oh, nothing much.
Okay, cool. Yeah, apologize for that, folks. This is the first time my microphone decided to. I think it might be when I dropped it. So I'm gonna.
Well, I was saying about the Netflix things, about what frustrates me about Netflix sometimes is that they will, like, Netflix used to be great, and they still have good selections, but there's so much content. Is that if you don't already hear about it from your significant other or your buddy or your friend whatsoever, you have to weave through so much stuff to find something that's good. And the one thing that I find annoying, and I'm pretty sure every streaming service has it, I don't know, but Netflix is the granddaddy of it all. I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. Whenever I see a show that piques my interest, that I really like, and let's say there's like 2 seasons of something like that, right? I will look online and see if the show is continuing, because I don't want to invest into a show that just suddenly stops. I've had that. I've been burned that way a couple of times, where I'll be invested into a show, I'll watch a season, and then I find out that it's been canceled. It's not like they've allowed the show an opportunity to wrap things up. They just stop. So there's no character arcs. There's no character. Loose ends are left unresolved. It just stops, and they do that because nobody's tuning in, because whatever, right?
That's
But it's
happened to me.
frustrating, Paul. It's frustrating. I fucking hate that bullshit. I get it, and Netflix does it all the fucking time. There's my rant. I'm sorry.
No, I get what you're saying, dude, because it's happened to me a few times before with some of the TV shows that I've watched over the years. Not all of them were Netflix shows, but if you're looking at shows like I'll name you a few examples. TV shows like Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles, that remake of V. There was another TV show called Revolution. Jericho was another one. They went on for like what, 2 seasons, and just when you think everything was about to pick up, we're on a cliffhanger, and the next thing you know, I find out the show gets canceled, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why have you invested all this kind of money into it? And there's been a few Netflix shows that's done that as well, where I got pissed off with that too. So I get where you're coming from on that one, man. Like, if you're gonna do a TV show, if you know the TV show is gonna suck in terms of viewings, and why commission it for a second season if you know you're not gonna rack the numbers in? At least if you know for certain what's going on, then wrap it up or whatever. But it's like they try to go into it thinking, oh, this will be the next big thing, and you may get some strong numbers at the start, but then afterwards, when the numbers dwindle, they're like, oh, we don't have a lot of faith in this. We're just going to go ahead and pull the plug and not see it through until the end, like some of these shows will do. That's the only problem.
Like, back in 2019, I got into a show called The Society. And one day I was sick one day, I was bored, I wanted to find something to watch. So I watched The Society. And I thought it was a great show. Great performances, great tension. It was like Lord of the Flies meets Stranger Things kind of thing. It was kind of had a supernatural thing to it. It was kind of had like a biblical thing to it. It was really, really cool, actually. I thought it was actually very good. Great performances and really cool. But apparently, because of COVID, so they say, they just canceled it. They just canceled the show. And of course, they just canceled it because they were going to do a season 2 because it was a huge hit, but they couldn't. They lost momentum. It was an ensemble piece, so many working parts, so many people had to be in close proximity with each other. They just decided to. They didn't delay it indefinitely. They canceled altogether. Great show. Now it's not wrapped up. It ends on this massive cliffhanger that we're never gonna know what the fuck happened next. And the actors, I saw that on the interview. A couple of actors will say, "Oh, we're so sorry." I'm sure it does suck. That's work for them. I understand that
Yeah.
as an actor. I'm pretty sure Paul, you get as an actor. But they say if you want to go back and watch Society, it'll always be there. Like, why would I want to go back and watch a show and give myself blue balls? Because when I get to the end of the fucking series, I'm gonna be like, that's it. I don't know what happens next.
Yeah, that's the.
All I care about is what happens next, and I'm not gonna go back and watch it and go through that again, Paul. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Like, and I feel sorry for the actors involved sometimes because you see some of these cast members that are involved in a TV series. If they're in it for the long run, that's them being in the job for a good couple of years. But then when the show gets canceled abruptly, because as you know, some of these actors, when they end up getting a role that they're best known for on a TV show, and they know that's where they're getting their employment from, when that show ends, most of them don't seem to reach that same level of employability or success that they had on the show that they were featured in. You know what I'm saying? It's rare for some of them to transition to movies as well. But I get what you're saying. It's like why would I want to watch? I mean, okay, sure, I'll watch a rerun of a series again, knowing that I've seen it from start to finish if they make it to the end. But the ones where it's been canceled, it's hard for me to revisit those again, knowing it's unfinished, and it will stay that way.
Yeah, that was my Netflix rant, folks. I'm sorry.
He's got a gun!
Nah, it's all good, man. I mean, like I've seen TV shows, some of them on Netflix and some of them not on Netflix, where I'm invested and they get canceled, and I'm just like, well, why the hell did you draw me in only to pull the rug out for me and everybody else that was invested? Like, why do it?
I have a hard time believing, but Amy's still looking good in that flowery shirt and that tie.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing. I don't believe Muffy here. I don't believe she would be friends. She's too weird. I don't think she'd be friends with these group of guys.
No, she'd be like the outcast type, kind of like me when I was growing up.
Yeah, she wasn't that. You saw her early in the film.
But I'm just saying, from my standpoint,
look at Kevin Ham over here. Not gonna make Kevin Ham. No, that's a puppy guy. Never mind.
Yeah, he's got the gun hiding in the back there and everything.
Fake ass John McClane.
Yeah, Chaz is bringing it up here in the chat. Yeah, just like I said, there is a remake of this, James. They did do one in 2008.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm taking it that you did see it?
Yes, I did.
Is it that bad?
Go to jail. That's what happened.
This is some bullshit!
You all right?
Okay, so I guess that's a hard pass for me then.
Look at the pepper guy. I got it good. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's another thing, too. Like, some of those, I think it was during the late 2008, you had a bunch of slasher movies that were getting remade. Some of the lesser obscure ones, like, the ones like Prom Night. And I did see the remake of Prom Night. That was fucking atrocious. And then, of course, there was that Stepfather one they did. And that was,
Look, if you are a woman that's that easy to get into the sack, like I fuck on the first day, you have no reason to be offended at seeing chains and whips in the bedroom. I'm just saying, bro. If you're that easy, you should not be offended.
Yeah, exactly,
Speaking of Kevin Bacon, I watched Mystic River the other night. Great fucking movie. Great movie.
Oh yeah, that's one of his top movies. One of my favorite movies he performed in, for me personally, I'm gonna say Death Sentence.
That's a great movie too.
And that for a lot of people, if they don't know, that's the true sequel to Death Wish, because it was made. The book was done by the same guy, and even the guy who made the book will tell you after Death Wish, his sequel was Death Sentence. So I didn't realize that until later on after I watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But yeah, if you guys have never seen Death Sentence, you guys really should. It was done by James Wan as well. Before this is after he did the Saw movies, and this is before he became like a major player in filmmaking at that point. Because I think it was when he started doing those when he did Fast and Furious 7, that pretty much put his name and profile up on the higher ups.
Wouldn't you be like, what the fuck is wrong with Muppy or Boppy, whatever the fuck her name is? Like, what is wrong with her?
I'd be like saying, you might want to calm that down for a minute, lady.
I'm also getting like a Murder, She Wrote vibe.
I remember that TV show.
Very popular show at that time.
It used to be, yeah, it used to be on
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, it used to be on every Saturday afternoon over here. I think they still do the reruns every once in a while. She was also on the main lady that was on Murder, She Wrote. She was also on that Disney movie. I think it was Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, my mom really liked that show. I liked it too. There was some pretty good episodes.
Yeah, there was. And of course, you had Columbo and all that.
I think she's still alive too.
Let me check on that. If she is, she's got to be damn near 100.
Yeah, I think she's still going.
I'm gonna check that. Hold on. Murder, She Wrote.
Back it up, fuzzball. They're fighting now.
Well, I'm not surprised after what they've been witnessing. Yeah, the show lasted for about 12 seasons from 84 to 96. Nice. Okay, so here she is. No, she died 2 years ago. She was 96.
Okay.
What did she die of? Hang on. She was from London, England, born in 1925, passed away in Los Angeles in 2022. I think it might have been something age-related, I'm guessing. I'm going to look. Hang on. She has a huge body of acting work here.
That was another great thing about the 80s. Had great TV shows. Yeah, probably the last big boom period of TV shows. Now we're the TV shows, and people tune in to watch us. What a letdown!
If you can believe it, her final movie was a Knives Out sequel.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I didn't even realize so she kept performing ultimately all the way to the end. So you could say she definitely been there and done it all. What the hell is that? He's got a gimp mask on. Yeah, I see it.
Man got a demolition mask on. Remember the tag team Demolition?
Yeah, I remember Demolition. They were like a Legion of Doom ripoff. WWE tried to make them, and then they ended up getting the real thing later on.
Why does this woman look so familiar? I feel like I've seen her face before.
What's her character's name again?
Nikki.
Deborah Goodich. Yeah, she was in a film called Remote Control. Just One of the Guys. Her last movie was On a Limb. Her last TV appearance was as Sandy in Beverly Hills 90210.
That's how I recognize her. Sandy, yes.
Yeah. She doesn't do acting anymore, but she's now currently a successful book writer, which she's been doing for the last 6 years. She's 66 now. Oh, he got stabbed in the I'm going to leave it there. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it. I bet the killer's the dude with the scarred up face. I'm fucking calling it right now.
Well, it's going down. It's going down.
We're going to start playing Who's the Killer. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's that fucking guy who had that boat accident. That's it.
The kills in this are so cheesy, but it plays like Agatha Christie. Oh wait, Nikki got it. Wait, no, she didn't. Wait, yeah, she did. See what that means?
Yeah.
Your pussy. Hey, bring the camera, son. Bring the camera. All the young girls who want to make life with pussy, your pussy will perish with you in hell. May your pussy perish with you. May your smooth pussy, creamier pussy, and tight pussy perish with you.
That guy needs to get a different job.
That'd be the greatest job on earth. If I gotta condemn all the women that had premarital sex in horror films, that'd be the greatest job in the whole world.
Yeah, right.
But this is a classic. This is a classic whodunit. You know, you take a bunch of people in an isolated situation, and the killer is amongst the group, and you have to figure it out. Like I always love shit like that.
You know what I'm thinking? Now that I think about this, this was Scream before Scream.
There are some elements of Scream in this, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing those comparisons, and of course, it reminds me of Cluedo right now. You know, the fact that they're in a house and they're trying to figure out who's doing this shit. And I'm telling you, I'm calling it now. It's that guy who had that fucking accident on the boat. He's definitely the killer. I'm putting everything I got on that. It has to be.
And I like the dolls. Like, you know, that's creepy in itself because the dolls represent them.
Yeah, that's very.
Now you're going to die. Wait, why are they? Wait.
Why are they what?
I really forgot Amy still got this much screen time. I'm not complaining at all, but I forgot she's in the movie this much.
No, there's a good reason she's in it. She's at that, you know, she's part of the 13th Aluminum.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a storm yet.
Yeah, that's the one thing missing from this movie. Because when you watch horror movies or a slasher movie, there's always going to be some storm. Where is that?
I will say the two best actors in this movie was Amy Steele and the girl who played Nikki. Amy Steele doing her thing. The dudes have been for the most part. But Nikki and Amy Steele, they're carrying this movie so far. But I enjoy the cast. Like, I really enjoy this cast, though.
Yeah, but those two you just mentioned are definitely the MVPs of this movie.
What if she's having flashbacks right now? What if she's having flashbacks right now, thinking, "Oh, what if it's Jason?"
I wouldn't be surprised if she was. Hey, what's up, Motionless Zombie in the chat? He's saying
her and Paul broke up because she couldn't get it together, so she decided to date Kevin Ham, and then she's in the situation now. She's in the situation now in this situation right now, and she's having a flashback. Like, oh my god, what if it's Jason?
Yeah, maybe. I just got Motionless Zombie in the chat. He's saying, "Hey guys, speaking of Scream, have you all talked about the return?" We'll get to that eventually, dude. We'll talk about that in a bit. We will get there.
You know what's so funny? It was so funny. I'm pretty sure Canadians, shout out to Ben and Shane, but I'm pretty sure they hate the fact that they call Canadian bacon when it's really just ham.
Well, we call it bacon over here.
We call bacon in America too, but it's not. It's ham.
Yeah, but it's a different part of ham from the same pig.
The bodies are everywhere.
Yeah, they're starting to pile up in typical slasher movie form.
That's what I know this is. is?
Dude, that is the same bloody stairs from Friday the 13th too. I'm bloody sure of it.
It is. It looks very familiar.
Either that or it's a nod to it. Yeah, I think they might be the only two left. I think they are the only two left right now. I lost count.
Yeah, right, yeah.
We just haven't seen the killer yet, and I'm still standing by what I think it is. Keep in mind, folks, this is my first time watching this. I don't have a fucking clue.
This boathouse looks like Amityville's boathouse.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I bet they wish they were hearing a voice screaming, "Get out" to them right now.
Get out!
Dude, the amount of movies that series has got, including the spin-offs and comedy
I
parodies
know. It's like enough already.
There is over 30 of them now.
I know. It's like enough is enough. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, really.
Nobody wants to watch those piece of shit films.
I mean, you can believe it. There was one called Amityville Toilet, and I'm like, really? We're going there now? Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of Kevin Bacon, he's in that new Toxic Avenger movie, right?
I have heard. Yep.
And that movie finally has a release date now. It's coming out on August 29th. So I'm definitely going to go see it. Because, I mean, like, we were originally going to get it 2 years ago, but Legendary Pictures turned around and was like, nah, we can't release this, dude. It's unreleasable, blah, blah, blah. And then the guys who made Terrifier was like, nah, give us that. We'll do it. So hats off to Cineverse.
So Jenny here. Oh, wait a minute. This is Jenny from Friday the 13th Part 2, and this is Kevin Bacon. This is Kevin Bacon's character's brother from Part 1. Yes, I get it now. I figured it out, Paul.
Ah.
And they think that Jason might be back. Yes, I'm telling you, it's officially canon in the Friday the 13th franchise. This is Friday the 13th Part 3.5.
Hey, you got a point there. You might be right about that one. It's obvious. I mean, look at it.
I would take Amy Steele, Debbie Goodrich, Nikki, the Nikki chick, and Amy Steele, and the girl that plays Muffy. Wait. What's her name? Muffy, the girl who plays Muffy's name?
Deborah Goodrich.
But isn't that Nikki?
Oh no, my bad. Sorry. Muffy. Deborah Foreman.
Deborah Foreman. Yes. I would take her, Nikki Steele, Deborah Goodrich, and Amy Steele. I would take those three. I'll take those three girls. Get a better cast of dudes around them. And this was set on the lake in a house.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind this being Friday the 13th Part 3 with her.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Just change the elements of it. It's on a lake. I mean, and it's kind of like what 3 did, because 3 was in a corner of a lake, in a farmhouse and everything.
Yeah.
So,
and plus, we haven't seen the killer yet.
Look at this. There they are.
Oh, hello.
Jenny and Kevin Ham.
Hold it.
I love that the thing now. Kevin Ham.
Yeah, be careful. You might be behind there.
Oh! Oh!
Okay, her head is pretty much off her shoulders at this point.
So so Muffy had a twin sister, Buffy.
Yeah. Yeah, and did you hear about Buffy as well?
Oh shit! Oh.
Whoa. Is she the killer? Well, if she's the killer, I'm going to be a bit bummed out because I'm thinking it's to do with the scarred up face.
Oh, well, that answers your question.
Okay. I was wrong about who I thought it was going to be then. That just went out the window, folks. We now know who the killer is. It's that crazy bitch.
She's got a big ass knife too.
Yeah, that ain't no butter knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Yeah. Yo, you might want to run. Why are you standing there? What? Dude, that's not a knife. That's a fucking machete.
Now who is this? This is not Jason. This is Jason's sister. Yes, Jason's sister. That's who this is.
What's her name? Abigail?
You killed my brother. I did it. He came through the window. Look at the mascara growing out her face.
Yeah, right? Dude, she is mad. Look at the size of that damn knife. That's some steak carver. God damn it, dude. Well, don't just stand there. Like, try and do something.
My name is Julie. Julie Voorhees. Watch this.
Not a shocker.
Watch this.
I'm watching. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Hang on a minute. Wait, whoa. Time the fuck out. They're dead. Why the fuck are they still playing fucking... The fuck is this shit? The fuck is this? James, what you got me watching here, dude?
Nobody saying anything.
What the fuck you got me watching here, bro? No wonder some people were pissed off. What is... Dude, really? This is one big MTV punk.
It was all a joke. It was all a dream.
What in the motherfucking fuck is this? What the fuck? You got me.
Look at his eyes sitting there. My hair is going crazy right now.
You got me, James.
Jenny!
You fucking got me, James.
This would be a fucked up joke to play on somebody, though.
Oh my god, if you did that to me.
That'd be some serious ass. That's serious commitment.
Oh yeah, no kidding. That is commitment and a half right there, dude. You son of a bitch.
She doesn't have a twin. She played her own twin.
So this movie has been one big prank. Okay.
Why would you do this to your friends, though? Like, that's the kind of thing you can. Everybody would have to be in on it from the very beginning for this to work.
Oh,
That's why it's kind of funny when you see people getting killed. It's like, why would they go through that themselves? Because there's no one. there's nobody there except the audience in the theater, and like
Yeah.
it's a little straight.
Now I know where this movie Follow Me got the inspiration from. Now I know. I now know it was this movie done differently,
This was a rehearsal. Like she's gonna do like a who done it, who's do a who done it experience. She's gonna open up to the public, and this was like a rehearsal.
I'm having a hard time trying to digest this now because I can see why some people were pissed off, but there's a part of me that's like, hey, you know what? That actually wasn't so bad. It got me. It actually got me. And you're going to laugh at this. My fucking skybox just turned off, you bastard.
Oh, shit.
What is going on today, guys? I got things pranking me in here. What the fuck? Well, we're near the end anyway, I guess, so you might as well just talk me through it. I'll see if I can try and get it back, though. Oh, my God. What is going on today, folks? Usually it's James that has the tech issues, but today it's me. What'd you do, man? Oh, my God.
Got the boat captain was in on it. Like, I was in on it, too. Like,
it was me all along. I've got you're gonna love this. My Amazon Prime just crashed.
what?
My Amazon Prime crashed. I'm still listening to what you're watching in the background, but my Amazon Prime fucking crashed on me. I'm getting like,
oh, God damn it.
I'm getting some really bad tech issues today, folks. Dude, I think this movie's cursed because look at the tech issues I've been dealing with throughout this whole show. Usually, like I said, guys, usually it's James that has the tech issues, but today it's my turn. Oh my God. It's gone back to the part where the guy's running with half his makeup on the toothpaste.
Well, everybody in the cast is drinking, celebrating. Amy's still sitting there thinking to herself, God damn it, I should have picked Friday 3.
Yeah. She's right now sitting there like rethinking everything, thinking, man, I should have done this differently.
Yeah, I should have picked Friday 3. God damn it.
I should have done Friday the 13th. Right now, they're all partying, having a drink. Dude's kissing a severed head. I've just fast forwarded to where I was last getting at, so now the severed head is going down on. Okay. I gotta admit though, this is actually a well thought out movie. But I can understand why people initially were so pissed off with this movie. Because people thought we were going to get a straight up slasher movie only to have the rug completely pulled out of everybody. But I gotta give them credit where credit's due, though. Oh, there's a noose on the door. She looks drunk.
She got a bit of a sexy, innocent look to her.
I was thinking that as well.
I think she should have hung herself. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, now I remember how this movie ends. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. But wait. Let me just see here. I kind of remember this now. Hang on. I kind of remember this. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I remember this very well. It's all going to
Yes.
Excellent.
It's the music box from her childhood, I think. Yeah, that's
right.
right.
It scared the shit out of her, didn't it? When we saw it at the start.
I think something. You'll see. Yeah, I remember this now.
All right. Let me see it. Let me see it. I'm just pulling up some movie news as well while we do this. She's still, man, she's down in that bottle like it owed her money.
I hate when. Never mind.
It's gonna jump at her, innit? I just know it. It's gonna fucking jump her. Go on, do it. Keep it going. Go on. Go on. One more. Just a bit more. Come on. No, she's just put this on the side of the bed. No, she's got. Oh,
That's right. Yes.
oh. I don't think it's a prank any. Oh, fuck off. Got me again. What the fuck? The fuck's with this movie? What the fuck?
Look at that self-awareness. See, that thing just fourfold us. Yes, she did. She just fourfold us. And look at the little wink from the doll.
What the hell?
It's self-aware, not taking itself seriously. I love it. I love that ending. And that's it, folks. 1986 is April Fool's Day. A great movie. I think it's a great movie. And you know what? It's a movie I do not have my physical media collection, but I would like to get it for my physical collection. Let me listen to this music, though.
Catchy's music, man. Well, I guess for me,
yeah, yes, totally. That was great. I love that little fourth wall break there. So Paul, what are your thoughts on April Fool's Day from 1986?
Well, seeing that this was my first time watching this movie, I got to admit, I didn't think I was going to enjoy this movie, but I actually surprisingly enjoyed this movie, and the fact that it caught me by surprise at the very end. I wasn't pissed off or mad about it like some people were. I actually kind of enjoyed that little swerve they put on us. I mean, okay, the acting and the characters are a bit quirky. I will admit that, but I do like some of the subtle like hints that this movie had, like the little subtle pranks they were playing on each other back and forth, and then it got to the point where you think to yourself, "Oh, okay, shit just got real." And then again, like I said, when we get to the end and they just pull that rug out from under us, and everybody's all like, "Oh, okay." So this was basically like MTV Punked before MTV Punked. I did enjoy that little twist. I will admit that. I actually did like that. I mean, I was shocked at first, as you heard my reaction here, folks. This was, keep in mind, this was my first time watching it. But yeah, this was actually not bad. I can understand why some people didn't go much on it. I get that. But for me, it was just like, hey, you know what? It was different. And it was nice to see something different in a movie format that we've got so used to watching over the years, where we kind of expect the same kind of results all the time. So this movie was a nice little, definitely a refreshing change for something that I usually like. I usually goes out and watch. So for a first time viewing, yeah, this was good. Amy Steele in there was putting on a good acting performance as well. Nice to see Biff Tannen in another film besides Back to the Future. So that makes a nice little refreshing change for me too. The direction of it was good, and just the overall tone of the movie was nice. So yeah, I did enjoy this movie, James, and I didn't think I would initially, because I remember what my friend told me before I decided to watch. Well, didn't watch it at the time. Now I got a chance to watch it, and I'm actually kind of happy with how this one turned out. It shocked me, so if it got me like that, then the movie wins in my book.
Well, I was hesitant to play the pussy, you perish in hell thing, but I had to keep on with the act because it kind of would have gave it away. I think you probably would have noticed that, so I had to still press it. But that's why I was kind of like, I hope your friend didn't spoil the damn movie for you, but really he did not. I enjoy this film. Like I appreciate the risk that it took. Where nobody dies in this horror film, like a slasher movie where nobody gets killed.
It
Which
makes a refreshing change.
refreshing, and it makes it stand out. It makes itself stand out, and I mostly enjoyed the cast. I can forgive that if I enjoy the cast character. Because what I always say, if you want a cast character that you actually care about, you don't want to see nothing bad happen to, and nothing bad happened to him. So it makes it all worthwhile. And of course, it's always great. It's always nice. It's like Amy Steele. But I will look at Amy Steele all goddamn night if I have to.
Oh, I bet you would.
And oh god, this was literally just Paul at the twist.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, that was definitely me. That was definitely me right there in a nutshell. Absolutely. I mean, it would have been nice to see my facial expression behind this mask, but I was wearing my carnival costume today, so I had to do that. But yeah, my reaction was like, "What the fuck did I just see?" But I'm glad it got me like that. I'm glad it did.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think it's a great movie. Yeah, like I said, I think it's one of the most underrated slasher film in the 80s slasher genre. Now, I get the hate for it because, like, oh man, nobody really died and all that stuff. It still gave you what you wanted. It just that nobody died. It was all a big joke, and I appreciate the risk.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a great film.
We got some movie news.
Yeah. Wait, what time is it? Yeah, we still got time. Okay, we go about 10 more minutes. Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
Okay, we got to address the elephant in the room here, guys. There's been a lot of Scream 7 news coming out, and the biggest shocker, folks, and I think a lot of Scream fans were waiting for this, Stu is back in this one. We've been talking about this for on and off several times, James. I remember you were saying, well, I doubt it will happen, and if it did happen, it would have to make sense. Well, here we are. What's your thoughts on that? I honestly think they should have kept that off the grid.
Well, Paul, I actually planned on doing a live stream talking about this, so I'm going to save all my complete thoughts on this, but I will say this. One, I'm right there with you, Paul. I was like, if you're going to have big news like this, don't you want to keep that a secret? And two, you see, when you look at Matthew Lillard coming back on paper, you're thinking, okay, they're probably gonna take the Scream 3 idea and apply it to this film.
Yeah.
But Scott Fisher's coming back. Roman's coming back. So I'm thinking the only way this would make sense, if you're bringing Scott Fisher back and you're bringing Stu back, and plus I'm hearing, that the word on the street is that, that Skeet will make another appearance as a ghost in Scream 7.
Yeah.
Only way I can see this making sense if it's like, how would you feel, Paul, if Matthew Lillard Stu is back, but only in a flashback?
It would make perfect sense if it was a flashback leading up to the events of the first movie. But if
would you want to see that, though?
That's why I would be a little bit conflicted, because we know if they do it that way, we know he's already dead. But if he is like truly back, then that is going to be like the surpriser, because first of all, where the fuck has he been the last 30 years after having a TV dropped on his head? So there's a lot of speculations. In all honesty, I will say it again. They should have kept this off the grid. They should have never announced this news, but it seems to be the franchise's worst kept secret right now. So, and the fact that they got the guy that played Roman back in from the third movie. Like I'm thinking to myself, well, how are you doing that? He's dead. The only way you can do that is a flashback. But keep in mind, they did say that this new Scream movie is going to have multiple killers. The most we've had so far is 3, and that was Scream 6. So I don't know where they're going to go with this, but I am very curious to know what they're going to do with this whole thing.
No, Paul. Okay, now what was the original storyline for Scream 3 before they had to change it up?
Well, if I remember correctly, on Scream 3, he was Sidney Prescott's brother.
No, what was the original plan?
Original plan. Oh,
With
geez,
Stu.
with Stu. I think the original plan with Stu was that I think he was the one working behind the scenes of it all. Possibly.
Now that can't work, but you gotta explain. You gotta explain 26, 28 years of where the hell has Stu been around all this time. Yeah, you gotta make it make sense. And I'm starting to think, Paul. I'm sorry, I think he's only coming back for a flashback. They're probably gonna be a scene when Sydney is thinking about her days in high school, and we're probably gonna get a de-aged Skate Allred. We're gonna de-aged Matthew Lillard. She's gonna be reminiscing about the good times, or she's probably reminiscing about that night, back in 1996. I'm sorry, he's only coming back for a flashback.
Yeah, I reckon it might be a flashback too.
Gonna piss fans off, honestly.
Well, we're going to find out when the movie comes out next February. I'm pretty sure they'll drop a trailer probably around summertime like they did with Scream 5. You never know. I'm just looking at some movie news. Oh, shit. Before I talk about the movie news I was about to talk about, I just saw something. I just posted a link to you here on the StreamYard. There is a reboot of Silent Night, Deadly Night, and it's being released by the same studio that gave us the Terrifier franchise. So Cinema World or Cineverse are doing a cinema remake of this, and it's coming out this year in 2025. Now, this ain't the first time this has been remade, folks. There was another one that came out in 2012 called Silent Night, which was done by Stephen C. Miller. So this is a whole new one that's coming out, and who's directing this? Hang on. Oh, it's being directed by Mike P. Nelson. I'm aware of his work. He did a video skit on VHS 1985. He did a post-apocalyptic horror movie called The Domestics, but he did do that recent Wrong Turn movie, which I fucking hated. So it's in good hands in terms of who they got directing it. Let me just read this. So it says here they're blending psychological horror with brutal slasher thrills and a touch of supernatural and shockingly a sprinkle of romance. And the new film hopes to deliver a new modern take on the ultimate holiday nightmare. Filming is going to start this spring and it's going to drop in the cinemas this Christmas.
Wow, this Christmas.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, Cineverse has been on the roll since the success of Terrifier 3. They're bringing out movies left, right, and center right now.
That could be good or bad, Paul.
We'll have to see.
What did I just say about Blumhouse and Netflix? Like, throw so much content out, you hope that one sticks.
Yeah, true. Now, there's another movie that's coming out that just recently they dropped the trailer for, and I don't know if you guys have seen it. I don't know if James has seen it yet, but after 14 years, we are finally getting a new Final Destination movie. It's called Final Destination Bloodlines. This will also be the final movie performance of Tony Todd. This movie is going to be dropping on the 16th of May. I did see the trailer for this, and it looks like it hasn't lost its luster. It's still the same franchise we all remember. But man, it's been a 14-year gap, so I'm trying to figure out where this fits in the timeline.
I've yet to see the trailer.
Well, when you do, you gotta let us know what you think. But I have seen it, and it does look pretty damn good from what they saw so far. Let's see what else we got going on here because I've been so busy with everything. I'm just trying to find some news. There's a few that I gave you, but a lot of the news that came out this week was all Scream related. Let's see. Yeah, there's a new Friday the 1st, a new Jurassic World movie. Yes, I'm aware of that. Oh yeah, that movie that's coming out as well. That's coming out in this February called Heart Eyes. That's a new slash movie that's coming out. I don't know if you've seen anything on that.
No, I have not.
I have seen the trailer for it, and it does look pretty good. It's definitely a slasher movie, and I think it was written by the guy who did Happy Death Day. But it's definitely going to be R rated.
Fun movies have Death Day movies. Fun movies.
I've still yet to watch them. I've got them, but I've not got around to watching them yet. What else we got here? I'm just skimming through these things at the minute because, like, again, there's been a lot of the news has been all about Scream as of late, and I'm trying to find something that isn't. We've got a new shark movie coming out, something called Breathe Deep, which is featuring one of the actresses from Late Night with the Devil. I've actually seen that one. Yeah, one movie I want to check out when it comes out is something called Monkey. One with that killer monkey toy.
Excuse me?
It's a film called Monkey. It's like
I just fucking with you.
You know,
I just went, it's Black History Month, goddammit!
For anyone who doesn't know, guys, it's a horror movie that's coming out, and it's directed by, it's directed by the guy who did Long Legs. It's like, you know those like little toy things with little symbols that clack out? I think it's that thing that's doing all the killing.
Well, as someone that actually enjoyed Long Legs, I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Now we got something here involving Freddy Alvarez. It says here he would love to direct a classic slasher movie. The question is, though, what would he do? Because we know he went on to produce that recent Texas Chainsaw. We know he did that. He directed Evil Dead, the 2013 one. He did those Don't Breathe movies. He's done Alien Romulus. But if he's going to do a classic slasher, what would it be? What would you see him being ideal to do?
Freddy Alvarez in a slasher film?
Yeah, it says he wants to direct a classic slasher. I'm going to give you the StreamYard link.
I'm not gonna say Halloween because I'm over Halloween right now.
Dude, I'm done with Halloween right now. After Halloween, we're not gonna go there, but you know what I mean. After Halloween ends, like I'm done with it.
Classic. Outside of the big four, I mean, A24 has Jason right now. I mean,
yeah.
I guess Freddy.
Freddy Alvarez doing Nightmare on Elm Street. That could work. I could see him doing something like that. Yeah, but if he doesn't do one of the IPs, he might do his own new original one, but keep it in like a classic format. That's the other thing he might be going with.
Hey, I'm all for that. I'm all for a throwback slasher.
I wouldn't mind seeing some of that too. Because, like I said, right now we all know who's kind of ruling the roost when it comes to slasher movies at the moment.
Yeah.
So like I said, we got one more coming. So and now we've just learned we got another reboot of Silent Night, Deadly Night from the same studio. So I'm actually interested in seeing that because for anyone who doesn't know, folks, we did do a watch along of the original movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night. We did do the 2012 remake a couple years back. So we've seen both versions of that series. And for them to do a third slice at it, and with the people that got involved, it could work. But I'm a little bit nervous at the same time because, again, the guy who did this movie did that recent Wrong Turn movie, which I fucking hated because it didn't feel like a Wrong Turn movie to me. But I did enjoy his other works.
The only Wrong Turn films I watched was one. And what's the one that had Henry Rollins in it?
That was part 2.
Yeah, 1 and 2. Yeah, once I saw 2, I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Well, a lot of people say Wrong Turn 2 was the best one in the series, and I actually can agree to that as well.
Yeah, but but yeah. Well, once I saw, two a brother and sister fucking each other, it's like, yeah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
It's that Wrong Turn franchise has always been known for some crazy shit, and some of those kills were pretty damn good. Even the movies that weren't
Wrong
so
Turn
good.
1 was nothing like that.
No, it wasn't. But when they started doing the direct-to-video stuff, that all bets were off at that point. Unrated, yeah, they were doing whatever.
I understand that, but when Wrong Turn 1, I really enjoyed because
I did
again,
too.
it was intense, it was subtle. The later one, it just went, hey, let's just blood splatter gore. It's like, well, okay, way to go, completely left from the first one, but all right.
Yeah, it was Joe Lynch that directed Wrong Turn 2. But like I said, a lot of people say that was the best reviewed one. People liked it, so they did something right, I guess, with that.
Yeah, true.
But the first movie is a classic. I will not take anything away from the first movie because I remember seeing that in the cinema and I was pretty impressed with it too. Not bad for an 80-minute film. I'll say that.
Not bad at all.
Oh yeah, definite. It had everything you wanted from it. But that's pretty much all the news I can find. James was saying earlier, he's gonna keep his thoughts for the Scream 7 stuff when he does his video. But that's pretty much most of the news I can find at the moment. I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming out within the year. But so far, like I said, the horror news has been pretty much dominated with all the Scream 7 stuff right now. Like they're just leaking information like nobody's business at the minute.
Ain't that the truth?
No shit.
All righty. Okay, yeah, good stuff, of course, Paul, with the movie news. Like I said, I will say my thoughts on the Mandalorian thing when I do my own video, but Paul, all right, so why don't you go ahead and tell us what movie we're going to be watching? May looks like it's gonna have to be next Thursday again, Paul.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't think
right.
I'm doing anything in that point.
All right, cool. So Paul, what movie will we be watching next Thursday?
Well, next Thursday.
I'm sorry.
One of my favorite movies, dude.
James, you just laugh, would you?
Man, we got to have a joke at some point. But anyway, we're still going to be in the 80s here, folks. We're going to be watching a 1984 classic. Now, this movie, what a lot of people will say, is the pioneer of zombie horror comedies. If this movie was never made, in my opinion, you wouldn't have had Zombieland. You sure as fuck wouldn't have had Shaun of the Dead. Every zombie horror comedy you have seen in the last couple of years, you could pretty much pinpoint it with this movie being the origin of this. And it's actually one of my favorite movies in the series. There's been 5 of them, and also it has one of the best punk rock soundtracks you could ever have for a movie like this. So, folks, my next pick will be The Return of the Living Dead.
Sorry, I was going to cut my throat.
No, that's fine. So, James, what's your next pick going to be? Now, keep in mind, folks, after Return of the Living Dead, I'm not gonna be around until after March 5th because on February 20th.
Fuck you guys.
Hey.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, Paul loves y'all.
Yeah, but as I was saying, after the Return of the Living Dead, I'm gonna be away for a couple of days, guys, because as you can probably guess with what I am wearing, this is gonna be for the Venice Carnival. My camera just turned off. Yeah, this is gonna be for Venice Carnival stuff. So that's why I'm wearing this costume because I figured why not? I wanted to go ahead and show it off. So the next one after my one will be after March 5th. So James, when I'm back from Venice, doesn't give you plenty of time to think. What have you got?
Well, actually, it's a sequel. It's a sequel. It's a sequel. I think it's a very underrated sequel, actually. Uh,
Okay.
it is it's a sequel to a slasher film. Well, I don't know if you call it a slasher film. It's more of a thriller, honestly.
Okay.
But during its time when it came out, it was completely horrifying, like in the 60s. But
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. After Night of the Living Dead, um, when Paul comes back, we will be sitting down and watching Psycho 2.
Oh shit, that's another movie I'm gonna have to see if I can find on Amazon Prime. But yeah, Psycho 2. I remember watching that movie years ago when it was on TV one night. So I do remember seeing it, and believe it or not, Psycho 2 was the movie that introduced me to the whole franchise. And the only ones I've watched, folks, believe it or not, is Psycho 2 and Psycho 3. They're the only ones I've watched in this series. I'm looking forward to seeing the sequel again though, because it is one of the ones I like. So that's a good choice right there.
For sure. And of course, it's a sequel to 1960, Psycho. That's another time. I would love to go back in a time machine and watch everybody's reaction to Psycho. Now, of course, when you watch Psycho in 2024 lens, you'll be watching it now and thinking like, how could fucking anybody be scared of this movie? But yeah, I think in the very conservative 1960, seeing somebody dress up as a woman as their mom coming at you with a knife was horrifying.
Yes, it was.
That shower scene was the scariest thing that they ever saw at that time. And people were scared to take showers. Shout out to the great Albert Hitchcock and the brilliant performance by Anthony Perkins and
Yep.
Jamie Lee Curtis's mother, Janet Lee, who everybody thinks is the final girl. No, she dies very early in the movie.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, she does. I remember seeing those clips on YouTube, man.
yes, but she has one. But she has one of the more iconic death scenes in movie history. And by the way, young Janet Lee, boy, I get where Jamie Lee Curtis gets her looks from. I'm just saying. But
Yeah, I can tell right away. And didn't they do a TV?
Janet Lee was fine.
Yeah, didn't they do a TV series as well called Bates Motel? I've only seen a few episodes of that.
Great show. Bates Motel was a
I
great show.
I need to watch the rest of it then.
Yeah, the Great Bates Motel was a really, really good show. Really, really dug that show.
All right. And also keep in mind, nobody expected to see a sequel to a movie like that. So when I'm guessing Psycho 2 came about, I bet people were like, oh shit, we're really doing this? All right. Because back then, a sequel like that for a film like that was very rare.
Yes, it was. Absolutely, it was. So, I gotta get ready for this. This next review. You guys are killing me. But I
Yeah.
love it though.
Yeah, I got
Wait, hey, don't rush me.
no, I'm just saying, I gotta get out of this costume soon because this is hot as balls in this costume right now.
Hey, you chose to do that, Paul. You could have took that shit off an hour ago. But
I could have, but I would have broke character if I did that. Now, come on, I'm trying to get into practice because I'm gonna be, dude.
You talking to me about breaking character?
Dude, I'm gonna be wearing this costume all day when I'm wearing this when I get to go there because I'm more than once. Keep that in mind. This costume and the red one.
I got a nose guard strapped to my face all day, every day. You know how hard this is pressed up against my cheeks? Pause.
You try wearing what I'm wearing for a whole day and see if you can get away with it.
Okay, bet. Mail that shit over here. I'll do it.
As long as the size matches mine, then yeah.
Oh, I didn't think about that. You're right. Oh yeah, Paul. Where can the people find you?
All right. Well, if you're on Facebook, you can type in Paul Burt's Photography Corner. I got a lot of photos that you can find on there. There's going to be a lot of photos when I go to Venice. That's going to be in about 2 weeks. But there's also going to be some photos this weekend because I'm going to be seeing a metal band called Stealth Moose And I'm also going to a anime, manga, kigurumi type event that my sister wants to go to on Saturday, so there'll be some photos of that. And then also, if you want to see some horror content, you can go to Support Indie Horror. We've got near 10,000 followers. 15 years that page is still going. You want to see a whole heap of whole new horror content? There's that. You can find me on Instagram as well. There's some stuff on TikTok. And if you're on Blue Sky, you can find my photography work on there too. Tell them where you can find you, James.
All of the sun, talking about the blue skies all day long. So,
Yeah.
you can find me at a PrimeTime James Thomas. That's my professional wrestling channel. And of course, over here at the PrimeTime Movie Network, like I said, immediately after this, me, Quez, and special guest Mark will be discussing the 1983 classic Trading Places for our Black History Month movie reviews. Definitely looking forward to that. And of course, on the Primetime Podcast, you can check out the latest episode when me, MG, Arlo, and Mark talked about the Royal Rumble, Jey Uso, potential matchup for WrestleMania, and we started randomly talking about, start talking about foods, or randomly talking about natural disasters. You know how we do when we get on podcasts. We just randomly start talking about shit that y'all find entertaining. So
like we do on here as well. So
Exactly. So please be sure, hit the like, subscribe button. Don't be afraid to share the video. Thank you all for watching and supporting this show and channel. And yes, and April Fool's Day was a fun, solid horror film. And Amy Steele, God damn, that's all I got to say. But
yeah.
So, everybody, I'm PrimeTime James Thomas with the Gorehounds and Snowfall Buds. We'll see you guys next week when I am living dead. Episode 107. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Happy Super Bowl. Really quick football. Who do you think is the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna find out what made the best team win.
All right. So have a great Super Bowl weekend. We'll see you guys next week. We are out. Peace.
Later.